Hey everybody, welcome to week 7 of high school study skills. As I've done in the past, this video is for both in-person and virtual students, so kind of pay attention to what pertains to you. It's also if you can't make it to class and you're an in-person kiddo, make sure that you're doing kind of what our virtual students do because that's what you're missing. So first off, for our virtual students and also for in-person after class, go ahead and listen to this week in a nutshell video. It'll kind of talk about assignments for the week and some of the things that we talked about in class. If you want a reminder, or if you were not in class, or if you're a virtual student, watch this video on multiple intelligences. It will talk a little bit more about what we talked about in class. And for those of you that are at home, it will talk, just give you some more background information. So virtual students, make sure that you are reading pages 53 through 57. Our focus for this week is multiple intelligences, and we'll talk a little bit about several different areas where you can shine in, including linguistics, musical intelligence, logical, mathematical, visual, spatial, bodily, kinesthetic, interpersonal, and naturalistic. So that's what this video will talk about, as well as this chapter. So our virtual students will be reading this, and for those of you that are in person, we'll be completing this in class and learning more about multiple intelligences. Just like when we learned about learning styles, we know that we can have multiple ways that we learn well, but it's kind of nice to hone in on a few things that really work well for you as a student and will help you in the classroom. All right, for Tuesday's learning, you're going to take a multiple intelligence assessment online, and then you're going to complete page 60 in your book. This assessment, if you notice in the assignment post, there's a few suggested websites you can take them on, but you can also find one of your own choosing. There's also some on page 56 in your study skills book. It kind of lays out a couple more that I didn't list. Feel free to use whatever one works best for you. Maybe you're going to try a couple and see if they're the same. Then you'll complete page 60. You're going to tell us what your dominant intelligence is, if you agree with it. Some intelligences maybe you don't display, and then you're going to, it says go to your high school's website, but you can kind of do some searches online. Obviously, ours setup's a little different than if we were in public school, but go and see some clubs, activities, and other programs that might fit well with the kind of learner you are. So we know that you're not going to probably use our website, but you can kind of just research some different clubs, activities, and things available to students your age in different areas and what how they might match your learning style. Okay, so this part needs to be done, even though you it doesn't pertain directly to our building here, our HSEC. So Wednesday, I want you to pick one intelligence that it intrigues you or something that you identify with. So if you think you are a strong bodily kinesthetic learner, just like we learned that was an intelligence as well, you might pick that as your particular intelligence, and you are going to create a project that demonstrates this particular intelligence. Okay, this is going to be the rest of our week. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is all one big project that you're going to be working on. You're going to be working on in class. So I'm going to, real quick, bear with me, I'm going to pull up our assignment and talk a little bit through the directions for all of you. Let me get into our classroom. Give me a second. And I will show you our handout and kind of talk through what we're doing for the week so that you know exactly what we're doing. So if you jump on, I don't have our assignments posted yet. They're not live, but let me grab what we're doing. So if you go under your classwork post, you'll notice that this week's going to look a little different because it says Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's all one big assignment. So if we take a look at it, we're going to take a look at this project. You'll notice it's coming up in our screen now. This kind of talks a little bit more about our intelligences, gives you a little more detail, and this is what you're going to be learning about this week. And then what you're doing is you're going to actually be giving a presentation in front of the class. If you're a virtual learner, you'll use Flipgrid or some other recording mechanism to record your presentation. But it's really up to you what your presentation's about, but you're going to pick some kind of intelligence and create some project that displays that knowledge. So you're going to be talking for about 2 to 3 minutes. So here are some suggestions. Everybody's project's going to look completely different. I'm not giving you a topic to talk about. I'm not giving you, you don't have to necessarily do a slide presentation. It's up to you. So say you're a logical mathematical student, maybe you're going to create some kind of puzzle and you're going to have the class attempt it and you're going to kind of explain it to them and then monitor that. Maybe you're going to explain how to solve a Rubik's Cube. If you're linguistic, you might do a book report or a book talk on something you've read at home, or you're going to write a poem or short story and share it. Maybe you're going to teach us about something to do with language. If you're a bodily kinesthetic learner, maybe you're going to perform a play or skit, put on a puppet show. For spatial, maybe you're going to share some drawing or something that you've taken, a photography project you've done, and you're going to explain us about it. Interpersonal, you're going to present an interview that you've done or create a presentation on somebody you know. Interpersonal, you might do a presentation on yourself or read something that you've created. Musical, maybe you're going to sing us a song or play an instrument. Maybe you know how to play the guitar, you're going to bring that. And naturalistic, maybe you're going to present on something that's important to you. Maybe you love to fish or hike and you're going to tell us all about Yellowstone National Park or something like that. So if you want to tie it into our unit, remember we've been learning a lot about growth mindset. So you could tie it into that, but this is really open-ended. But the thing is, you're shooting for 2 to 3 minutes, whether your song be 2 to 3 minutes, your poetry where you're sharing 2 to 3 minutes. Some things you need to remember is you have to have some kind of visual element. So you might create a poster that goes along with your project, a slide presentation, a video. You might use props or have a costume. If you want to do something that's not on this list, just kind of run it by me, shoot me an email or a private message on our Google Classroom. So to take a look at our rubric, you can kind of take a look at what makes a good project. So you need to be completely prepared, rehearsed your presentation. It's just like any public speaking thing. We haven't talked a lot about that, but by now you've probably done some other speaking opportunities. You're going to use that good eye contact, facial expression, that kind of thing. Clear. And you need to make sure that you use that aid. So whether it be a prop, a video, a slideshow, but it's part of your presentation. So remember, as I said, your projects are all going to look different, but you are going to share for 2 to 3 minutes. And we want to be able to guess what intelligence you are trying to portray. So it'll be pretty easy if you do like a pantomime or a play or skit that will know that you're trying to portray bodily kinesthetic intelligence. And that is that. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday might take you a little bit, but that's all you have to do. There's nothing in your study skills books for those days except to look back to help you to remember what our intelligences are. So if you have any questions, concerns, let me know. And remember, as always, homework's due Sunday night by 11:59 p.m. All right, have a great week.